Yeah, so my name is Chris Ginzton. I'm a systems engineer here at Tamarack Aerospace, and I started right at the beginning of the pandemic, so April 2020. I studied applied physics at the University of Utah, and then immediately went to work for a company that did medical devices. So I spent 8 years developing technologies and products for CT scanners. If you are ever unlucky enough to need a CT scan, it's quite possibly one of my X-ray tubes that's spinning around you and creating that 3D image of your body. My day-to-day work changes day to day. So I do a lot of design work where I'm sitting behind a computer and thinking up the best way to solve a problem. I do a lot of hands-on work, whether I am actually working on a PCB or working on electronics. But I also get to go crawl around and play around in actual aircraft. And that's one of my favorite things about this place is the variety of work day to day. It's been pretty exciting. We've grown a lot the last couple of years. I feel like we've almost doubled our headcount since I started. It's really cool to see all the different experts we've been able to bring in from all different aspects of aerospace and outside of aerospace as well. I like that we all wear lots of hats. I like that we all rely on each other to solve problems. I like to grow. And so whether that is working here, the engineering aspects, whether that is trying to make a device fit in half its current volume, whether that is trying to make it safer, stronger, more robust, whether that is pushing myself to be a better person or outside of work, better mountain biker, better kayaker. I just like to improve, I like to grow. So anything that's hard, anything that's challenging, that's what inspires me. I've spent the last kind of 20 years of my life kind of pursuing the skills and the confidence to kind of explore some of these places that you only can access via whitewater. One of those places is the Selway. The Selway is a river that it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime trip. They only allow one launch per day because the place is kind of so protected, so exclusive. It's purely wilderness. There's no roads, there's no access other than this river. And not only is it kind of exclusive in the sense that only one group can go in there per day, and I was fortunate enough just 10 days ago to be in there with a group of friends. There were 3 of us that got to go explore this wilderness, and there's something special about kind of kayaking all day in whitewater, going to bed with your friends, making food together, setting up camp, and then doing the same thing the next day and the same thing the next day. And one of the special moments for us was we were on this river and it was raining the whole time. So it was cold and freezing and miserable, but we get to camp and hang out, make a fire and kind of warm up. But one night we set up on this little, honestly an island, it was like a little sandbar. And in the middle of the night, it started raining harder and harder and harder. The river came up and our little island kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller while we were on it. By the time we woke up, our island had shrunk by like 2/3. We were on this little peak of the sandbar, but luckily we didn't get swept away. Luckily the water stopped. So we were able to continue our trip safely. But we started at about 7,000 CFS. That's the size of the river, that's the volume of the river. When we finished, it was 17,000 CFS. So it had more than doubled its size, almost tripled its size while we were on it. So catching the Selway anytime is a spectacular experience. Catching it during peak flood was spectacular.